What's going on, Twitter gang? It's your boy Nikki Pips, back at it again with another video. I want to do a live trading video this morning. So I have a 100K Apex account that we're working on. It's Tuesday, June 3rd, 2025. We have about 15 minutes till market opens. So I just want to be able to go through gold and US 30 and show you guys how I market my charts in the morning, and we'll just look for a trade. All right, so you guys see here, I always go on the daily and kind of mark up my areas. So this is previous day high, previous day low. So this was yesterday's, and then I mark up a 4-hour supply zone as well. All right, so these are just some areas that it can tap into that I have. So for the daily, so I'll remove this one. So this candle right here is the previous day. So we're gonna mark that up using a horizontal ray. So I have these kind of preset already, so these are templates. So previous day high, previous day low. Right, so there's previous day low, and then we go down to a 4-hour. So I mean, we can always fix this a little bit. So of course, it was right there, and that looks pretty good. So we got to remove this. All right. So we try to look at the 4-hour and look for support and resistance. So right here, we don't really have much other than right here we have a 4-hour supply zone. So that'll be our 4-hour supply. So if we did have any type of demand zone, it would probably be right here. So this will be our 4-hour demand. So we're basically looking for it to tap into this or break through, retest, and then go up, or we're looking for it to break, kind of retest back into it, and then continue down. So we'll see what that does. And then of course we go on the 30-minute. Then I'll usually do a 30-minute supply. So I see an area right here. So this would technically be a supply zone, really. Even though this is previous support, this is above right now, so it's resistance. So it could either tap back into this. So I'll leave that there. And then of course we can come down to the 5-minute. So 4-hour supply, 4-hour demand. So I have it, everything's color coded, so of course you can see it's 30 minutes. That's wrong. It's supposed to be 30 minutes. 30 minutes. So you see the color changes. And then on the 5 minute, of course, we do have a 5 minute demand right here. So if it ends up breaking that, we can make that a 5 minute demand. 5 minute demand. So if it respects that, then it's going to continue to go up. That's pretty much it. So with this, we're probably going to wait until it hits this 30-minute supply zone and see what it does. If it's going to reject it and go back down, or if it's going to blow through it, and then we actually take out these highs. So I also have an indicator on here called Sonar Lab Sessions. So it basically breaks down London and New York session. So this is pretty much what London session did last night. So of course this is London high, London low. So of course it came all the way up here, came down, and then came back up. So it could actually come up and take out London low, or it could actually just blow through it and kind of follow Asian session. Because this was all of Asian session right here. This is all Asian session. So Asian session had a good push down. So this is a little bit of consolidation right here, to be honest. So if we kind of look at this, it's kind of consolidated. So we have to wait for a breakout above London or below London session. So that's what I'm gonna look at for gold. Now we'll go to US 30, go to the daily, mark out everything. So we're just removing old stuff from yesterday. All right, so daily, so we'll see here, mark up previous day, previous day high, previous day low. All right, the 4 hour. Alright, so 4 hour. So we can mark up the 4 hour right here. That's a 4 hour demand here. Supply zone. So same thing with this. More likely we're gonna wait for it to tap into its 4 hour supply and see what it's gonna do. If it breaks through it, wait for like a retest back into it, and they'll probably target this high rate. But same thing, it's kind of consolidated. We just gotta wait for a market open. So that's 4 hour, 30 minute. So 30 minutes pretty easy. You can see here we have a 30-minute demand. Putting a demand zone right here. Yeah, 30 minutes to 5. All right, so try to see what it's what it's going to do here. Excuse me. So we can mark up a 5 minute demand also. So let's see, we can see here, not even market open yet, but it's tapped into a 30-minute supply. If this and tends to break to the downside and tap into this 30-minute demand. Literally be textbook. Otherwise, it's going to continue this trend and tap into this previous day high. So that's what we'll probably look for. So, but you guys see what it's going to do. Uh, we're going to wait about a few minutes. I'm just fixing my screen so you can actually see both US 30 and gold as they happen. So I'm going to do my whole screen. You guys see that? So I'm just gonna wait. So we sort of have a consolidation here on gold as well. So just so my trading view is, if I want to trade, I can only be logged into one trading view. So that kind of sucks. So I guess we're gonna have to eliminate one. And I just have to flop back and forth. It's okay. We'll just flop back and forth. So we did have a rejection. We have a rejection candle right here, which could mean continuation up. So we got 19 seconds till the market open. Ooh, look at that. Huge rejection right at market open. And look at that. So let's see. We got a huge push up. That's crazy. So we just gotta wait for this because we typically don't want to trade like right at market open. I mean, you're lucky if you get like a quick move like that. So because it almost pushed up to the previous day high. So, but we just want to be patient. But that's crazy how US 30 moved and this one moved. This is going to be 5 minutes. Fine. Yeah, there's that. So we can look on a higher time frame here. So I mean, we have all this liquidity right here. So the way this is going, we could very easily break through this 4-hour demand and literally take out these lows. That could be something I'm looking for, but we need confirmation. I'll look more for gold, to be honest. We'll look for an entry on gold. So TP would probably be, I would say right here. I mean, we could probably tap all the way down in here. So if we did look for a position, this is the 5 minute. So target's right here. So we want to wait for a break. Be a short. So we probably do something like this. Right above these previous highs right here. So we'll do like 40 points. And then all the way down to here. It'll be a 1 to 11 trade. So that might be a lot. Because I don't know if gold will move that much. So we'll see. Because if we get a rejection here, then of course it's going to continue up, take out this previous day high. We just have to wait and see what it's going to do. It is somewhere in the consolidation right now, so we got to wait for a breakout. Let's look at US 30. So US 30 tapped into our 4-hour supply zone, and then of course we have a rejection here. We got to see if it's going to continue to fill it. So it's definitely filling it. So we got a huge rejection here. So we're basically just waiting for this breakout. So we're either going to wait for it to break out of here or break out to the downside. There you go. This 30 is going to tap that previous day high. So we can go a little bit higher on here, see where it could tap into next. I think it's going to break through here. Our next target would be this high right here. There's that. The 42 high 14. That'd be 5.15. That'll probably be the next. And then of course these highs here. So we'll see. Because it could reject off of it, pull back hard, and then tap back into a 30-minute demand. So, because look at that, it tapped right into a previous day high. So it did exactly what it was going to do. Okay, so here we're waiting. If it does break through here, then this is all valid. It's going to take this out for sure. But we're just waiting. Just gotta wait for confirmation. This is where, like, if you don't look at this, it's very easy to get caught up in this. If you're looking at it like this, so this is like just choppiness right now. So of course, it came down, rejected this level of support right here, came back up, tapped into 5-minute supply zone again, and then of course came down here, almost tapped into 5-minute demand again. So it's just a lot of up, down, up, down. So it's just kind of choppy. So even this was kind of choppy. That wouldn't have been really that good. You would have to get in it right at this candle up here. Put your stops above here, and you probably would have caught a little bit of a move, but not much. See, like you can say, like you took a short, you got in on this candle right here, took your stops above this candle. So, yeah, I mean, if you were trying to target like maybe this low right here, then yeah, it would have been a nice 1 to 4. So, take that back. That would have been a nice risk to reward for the most part. Or you could have just waited and like waited for it to tap into this support area right here. So that would have been a 1 to 10. That would have been kind of crazy. Actually. So, but we're just waiting. Uh, there we go. So here on the US 30, we got a rejection at a previous day high. So we got to see if this is just a pullback to continue to go up to hit around this area 42,515. So because that's a strong bullish candle right there, but it could literally fill it right back up. So I think my focus is on gold today. See what gold does. So we had consolidation right here. We broke out. We broke out of this consolidation here. So, but the bigger consolidation is all right here. So we're just waiting for it to find out what direction it wants to go, and we just follow it. So just so you guys know, right now currently on my 100K account, I'm down $500 or 575 from yesterday. I kind of went on tilt a little bit. Took too many trades on US 30. You guys can see here I have all these. Oh, they're not there anymore. Well, like when I was marking this up, you saw all these different arrows. So I had all these arrows here because I took all these trades. So all these trades right here. So I took this one, got stopped out. This wasn't a bad trade. And then I did take this one. And then I had taken some other ones over here, which I kind of went on tilt. So these were not good. So I ended up getting stopped out. Took a loss of $500 when I was already up for the morning. So got a little greedy. So I just got to learn from that. All right, so we're waiting for a breakout. So waiting for that breakout. So almost there. We have to break out of here because we can't break out and then go right back in. We need a clean breakout. If we do, we'll take a short. Stops will be like probably about here. And we'll literally target all the way down. So we have to really pay attention to the candlesticks also to see if it's going to pull back into this. It could do this. So we could literally break out. It'll tap right back into it before it goes back down. So we have to wait for that pullback because sometimes it can just tank. It can just go all the way down. But we gotta wait because it can easily tap into this demand zone and then go right back up. So, well, even if I went all the way up here, that still would be a 1 to 2, which wouldn't be bad. So, like, if I took like what 4 contracts, it'd be $1,812 with a risk of 660. So I don't want to risk more than 500. I'll probably only do three contracts. But I want more money, I want more yield. So if I did that and only did 3 contracts, I'm only risking $111 for 1359. So that's not bad at all. So we gotta wait patiently. Sitting on our hands, so to speak. So see, we're getting a little bit of a rejection. It's 5 minute demand. Yep, see what I said? On US 30, we had a rejection here off the previous day high. So, so of course we have could be a pullback because it tapped into it, pull back to go back up. So because of the strong bullish candle, but who knows? It could do the opposite, reject, and then go to the downside and tap into this 30-minute demand again. So that could be another thing for US 30. We're waiting here for gold. Yeah, it looks like it's going to break through it. So I'd probably put my stops right above here, to be honest. So that'd be like a 60, 63 point, so still a 1 to 7, which is nice. But we got to break through. There you go. We're about to break 5 minute demand. That we just broke. So because we have all this, we want to get in at the best price. So we've got to wait for a pullback. So typically with these trades, it's very easy. When you see this, you just want to get in, and then it goes right back into this range. So it just broke. So there you go. I got a little bit of a pullback. So we have another support area here. We got to be careful. So we're gonna wait till see what this 5 minute candle does. So I mean that's a solid, candle. But we got to see if it pushes back into this 5 minute demand before going back down. We got about a minute and 30 left. We're coming up on 30 seconds. We'll see how this 5 minute candle closes. We're about 20. We're gonna be 20 minutes into market open. So that's usually around a good time frame to kind of see where a market's gonna go. The market open, it makes its initial movement, and then of course you'll find out its actual direction it's going to go. So we'll see again how this 5 minute candle closes. We'll see if we don't get a push up back into this before it goes down. All right, 5 minute candle closed. See if we don't get a push back up. There's our push back up. So more than likely, I think we're going to continue to downside. So I'm going to wait for a proper entry right here. I just need a little bit more confirmation. And this pullback is my confirmation. So this candle is showing, of course, it's rejecting. So I think I'm going to go ahead and we're going to go in with three contracts. So we're risking, we'll do four. So 252. I just want to wait to see if it's going to push up any further. Yeah, so that's a good confirmation. So I'll take that. We're going to go in. I'm not sure why I didn't take it. There we go. We're in. So move this. I don't know what happened. I'm going to refresh my screen. Okay. So I've got to move this into our actual entry. All right, stop loss is up here. Three profits right here. This will be a 1 to 3. So 33, 627. Getting in at 654. We'll see how this plays out. So hopefully it continues down. If you do, for whatever reason, because again, like I said, we do have a support level right here. It could pull back again into this demand, but that's why I have my stop loss up a little bit higher. So just in case it does tap into there and then goes back down. So usually this doji right here usually indicates like a reversal. It's going to go back up. So hopefully that's not the case. So we just gotta wait and see. One second, guys. I gotta move. Here. We might get a little bit, like this might be the pullback, might get a little bit of tap into this 5 minute demand, but then I think it'll continue to go down. I think we're in a solid trade, to be honest. So we're in a little bit of drawdown right now. Let's see now what we're seeing. So here I'm actually risking 460 for 1612. So less than 500 bucks. So we'll see how that goes. Let me see if we have any news. So like in a minute we have results shop openings. See if this moves in our favor. So hopefully it pushes down. We got 30 seconds. Hopefully it doesn't push back. 15 seconds. Let's see. So we had a little push up. Okay. See if it comes out negative. Okay, it came out negative. Nice. There we go. Nice push down. There we go. That's what we want to see. Nice. There we go. Nice push down. So let's see. See what it came out as. Actually came out positive for USD, which is actually good. For gold, it does the opposite. So it comes out negative. So it comes out negative for gold. So we were like, I got $100 in drawdown. So now we're at almost $100 in profit. You know, 150 in profit. So I think with that little pullback, I think we took a really good entry. I probably could move my stop loss, of course, a little bit lower. So once we get halfway, I'll put my stops in profit. We secure this trade. So however which way it goes, we end in profit. So hopefully we get our TP hit. So almost $300 in profit. So, but actually, the reason why I have my stop loss where I have it is because just in case at any point it does try to tap into that 5 minute demand again, um, I have it a little bit above it, so I don't get stopped out. So it looks like it's continuing to want to push down. So it's good. So this last 5 minute candle, it's closing bearish, which is good. So we're almost up 100 ticks. So there's a previous area of resistance here, which I want to kind of watch out for. Which is right here. It's almost like mid range. So I just want to watch out for that. You want to make sure we blow past that because it could give an opportunity to bounce off of there and then go right back up to my entry point. So when it gets to here, I may secure half my profit. So I'll take off 2 contracts. So this is where you just have to be patient. Let your trades play out. Don't get nervous. Want to pull out because it's going back up. If you set your trade, you set your trade the way it is. Whatever the outcome is, it is. Either you take a loss or you take a win. If you want to secure your profits, obviously, or minimize your loss. This is our first little pullback. Okay, it's just a small pullback. So we'll see how this 5 minute candle closes here. Hopefully, there's just a little pullback. So it looks like it's closing bullish. May may go into drawdown again. So when it comes to taking trades, guys, you gotta just be emotionless. You just gotta let it play out the way it's gonna play out. Not get FOMO or jump out of the trade. You just gotta have to let it just play out. Because what if we have a small pullback right here and then it ends up continuing to the downside and you end up getting out? You would have lost out on all that profit. So that's why you want to minimize your risk. So of course, I showed you guys I'm risking like close to $500 to make 1,300. So this is a one to three, 1 to 3.5 risk to reward. So because I have 4 contracts, I'm risking 460 to make 1,600. So it's 3 times this. So so typically this is what it does. It'll go down, pull back up, usually right to somebody's entry, and then continue back down. But we always have to look to the left. So what did we tap into? So I can kind of just mark this up. I'll do like a horizontal line. So right here, and then we look to the left, see what did we tap into. So we almost tapped into a previous level of resistance. So that's what I was looking at. So hopefully we can bypass it. This is the next one. So, but I mean, I personally think we could even hit this previous day low. To be honest, we very well could. So as you guys can see, we're starting to have a little pullback in the right direction. So tapped into here. Of course, this is the previous level also. So it's probably going to reject that and continue down. That's why we just have to trust it. So you got a nice little rejection candle there. So that's a good sign. That rejection right there just means more sell orders are coming in. So continue to push price down. I'll be back in just a minute, guys. All right, guys. So, like I said, we tapped into that previous resistance area. We got a pullback. So, hopefully, we do have a continued push down. So, it's kind of weird because this is a rejection candle right here, which I'm not sure why it continued to push up, which is really weird. It's kind of like a fake out. Usually that candle indicates that buyers were getting exhausted. So we'll see here on this 5 minute candle right here, see how it closes. So 30 minute, we got kind of a rejection there. So hopefully it doesn't decide to push up. So see, we have this level of support right here also on the 1 hour. So we rejected that 1 hour support. So we need to find a way to break through it. Because I think the next level of support right here, this is really completely valid. I think we can definitely tap into here. So we need to see if we can break through this support area right here. Let's see how this plays out. Okay, so we're getting some rejection wicks right here. So these wicks right here are kind of like rejection wicks. So we should continue to push to the downside. Because the buyers just don't have enough power to push up. So we'll see. I think price is going to tap back into that 5 minute demand. Hopefully we don't get stopped out. Even though it's consolidated right here, yeah, the overall trend is bearish. You can see we have an overall bearish trend. And we should continue down. So let's go. We'll put a little indicator in there. So I know I gotta stop out. And hopefully we don't get stopped out. So this is a 115 point stop loss. Let's see. Hopefully we just have a little push up and then continue. But I'll let this play out for a little bit, guys. I'll be back in a few minutes. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. So it looks like we respected a previous area of resistance, turned support, so could be a really good chance that we get stopped out. So because we broke back into the 5 minute demand zone, so the only way I can think of is that we'll go back down. Is of course we reject this previous support here, and we continue to push down. But I'm already $260 in drawdown. So this trade turned great until it didn't. So, but you know what? We're just gonna let it. We're gonna let it play out. Because if we do get a rejection off of this support level, we might go right back in our favor. Do you have any other moves? 9:45, but we should be out of our trade by then. We're looking for a rejection off of this demand zone. So let's take a quick look at YM did. So YM really didn't do much. We tapped into that previous day high. We pulled back into the 30-minute supply zone. So I mean that would have been the move, or we could have saw this rejection right here. Could have got in right here, put stops probably at this previous candle right here, and took a buy position, which more likely it's probably going to hit 42,515. That's a psychological number. So it could very well tap into that. So yeah. So, but I don't know, guys. Not looking too good for us on our end. We might get stopped out here. Got to see how this 5 minutes going to close. Yeah, because this huge rejection wick off the 33.57. Again, that was a previous support area. That's where it kind of rejected. So I guess the overall trend was bullish. This was just the pullback for it to continue going up. So that's probably what we should have looked for. But I mean, it was bearish on the lower time frame. So it's about to close right here. So we'll see how it's going to close. if we get a bearish candle, that's what we want to see. That means that it's going to basically reject off of that 5 minute demand. We need it to reject. It looks like we got a nice rejection based off the ticks. There we go. Yeah, but we need a good push to the downside. If it does continue down, then I have a good feeling we will break that support. To see this right here is where most beginner traders would literally get out because they would be in drawdown and they wouldn't want to lose any more capital. But you got to be okay with being in a little bit of drawdown for your overall move. Because what if you got out right now or even before this candle and was like, forget it. I'm already in drawdown. I don't want to lose any more money. But what if we end up rejecting this 5 minute demand zone and we continue to the downside and I end up back in profit? Then, you're going to kick yourself because, you didn't wait. You weren't patient. It's one thing to be patient waiting for a trade, but also waiting for your trade to play out. We have to just let it play out. Because we already know the risk. We set our risk. So we already know what we're willing to lose. That's a beautiful candle. That's what we want to see. It's forming a nice candle. Also, what's a good indication candle-wise is that I'll zoom in on this a little bit. You see how this candle here has no wick. It's just solid. So usually that's a great indication that we want to see. Because there's no, like, when we have wicks like this, like, we don't want those. We want solid wicks. or no solid wicks. Excuse me. We just want a solid candlestick. This gives you a good indication that sellers have the buying power, so they're going to push price down. So we're just waiting for that continuous push to the downside. So we just have to hope that that was enough buying power to continue to the downside and not just a pullback. So we just gotta wait and see. Hopefully gold doesn't push up above that candle, because then it's going to validate that it was just a slight pullback to continue going up. Now we got 45 seconds. I'm hoping we can continue to reject that 5 minute demand. Because this next candle will determine that. Because if it ends up closing bullish, then more likely it's going to continue to the upside. We'll get stopped out. All right, see how it closes. We need it to close bearish. So we're still waiting to see. It looks like it's bullish. We have to see if it's still in that 5-minute demand zone. We just need to reject off of it. I think the bears have enough buying power to push it down, or selling power, I should say. Just need a swift push down. I feel like we're in a little bit of a consolidation right now. So we kind of zoom in a little bit. We need to we have this line right here, and then kind of this line. We need to break this. We need to break that line right there. If we break that line, we should be able to tap into that previous level of support and then continue down, break through it. Let's see if we break through it. Closed Close bearish. So we're gonna break through that. Like kind of ranging already. So yeah, I could have gotten in all the way at the top of this 5 minute supply and would have had a nice trade to get out of. But of course, we kind of took a late entry because we were waiting for the break of this 5 minute demand. So that's why we were waiting. Because I mean, we would have had a nice little move, but it would have been short lived. So like say if I got in on the breakout here, so maybe if I got in here, put my stops above the 5 minute supply and targeted that support area, it would have been a nice 1 to 3, which would have been nice. But I'm targeting almost a 1 to 3 all as well. So, but I want kind of more more of the move. So we don't know if it's actually going to get there because, like I said, we need to break out of this little support that it's created, and it keeps rejecting off of it. So we need to hopefully see this one break through. Once we do that, we should be good, and we'll be back in profit, and we'll retest that support level, and hopefully we'll break it. Which I personally have a good feeling that we can push down. So because the trend on the lower time frame is bearish, even though the overall time frame is bullish. Okay, that's good. It just broke. It's a good sign. So we need a hard break. We need a nice bearish candle. So I think we can do it here. I think it'll close bearish. Got 30 seconds. There we go. See how it closed. So we definitely closed bearish. So we should be in profit, back in profit soon. So it broke out. So it might have, of course, a little pullback before it goes back down. Anytime there's a breakout anywhere, there's always a break and retest. So it's always going to break out of the range, tap back into the range, and then go out of the range again. So I might tap into the bottom of the 5-minute demand right here before going back down. If we do get that, but I think we can push down. Just have to be patient. Nice projection. I think if the next candle closes bearish, we'll put it back in profit. So I like that rejection wick that it created. It means the sellers are trying to push the buyers away. We'll see how this 5-minute candle closes. So hopefully we close bearish. we should be able to push to the downside. Yeah, so we didn't end up closing the bearish, so we might tap into that 5 minute demand again, possibly go back down, or it's going to blow past it, tap into that this high right here, and continue up, and it might stop us out. Like I said, we're sticking to our trade. However it plays out. So, because if I do see here, even though it's consolidated, you can see it's making higher highs or higher lows and lower highs. So if I get my path tool, so you can see it's made it this, came down here, came up here, came down here. So they can tap into here and come down here. So because it made a lower high or a higher high, a higher low, a lower high, a lower low, lower high, and a lower low. So that's what we're looking for. So if it does break above that previous candle right here, more likely it'll invalidate the push down. It's going to continue to push up. So it's going to be basically a continuation of this thing. Looks like it's going to break through. I'll see how this candle closes. So we're still in the consolidations here to see if it's going to break out of it. Yeah, there's a rejection of the 5-minute demand. Yeah, more likely going to go up now. I'll move my stop loss to this candle right here, just to minimize my loss a little bit. So instead, I'll lose 388. But we'll see. If it breaks out of that consolidation to the upside, then yeah, I'll definitely get stopped out. We'll see how this 5-minute candle closes. So we got 15 seconds. So it closes bearish. So it closes bearish. We'll see if we can push down. If we go below 38, I think we might have a push to the downside. And we're below 38. Let's see. So if we get down to 30. Been streaming for 2 hours because you don't like staying in trades that long. See how this candle closes? We did hit 38, but then it pulled back up. See if we have enough momentum to push down. So because of that bullish candle, we had a slight pullback and it might make a higher high. Push up. We'll see. We'll see if 5-minute demand is strong enough to reject it. We're stuck in consolidation. Almost a minute left on this candle. We'll see what it looks like on the 30 minute. 30 minute, we can see here we had a huge rejection. So, and then like a little doji here, and then of course a push up. So price could push up into this area right here, 33.83. So if it doesn't respect this 5 minute demand, we could come up here and then end up pushing down. So, because like I said, the trend is bearish right now on the 30 minute and on the hour. So if we can reject and not respect this 5 minute demand, then we could be looking good. But I don't know. We're getting close to our stop loss. We got 9 seconds to this next candle. If it breaks above that 5 minute demand, then yeah, we're pretty much out. Yeah, we just tapped into the 5 minute demand, or the top of the 5 minute demand. So we have to have some type of rejection. So, I mean, that's a rejection, but we'll see if it holds. Okay. So we got a push off the 5 minute, top of the 5 minute demand. See if it's enough to push it down. So, push up. Let's see, it's got to reject it fully because it's creating a doji right now. So we need to figure out if it wants to reject it. So usually a doji like that means it's a change of direction, so indecision, so, or a retracement. And if it breaks us, then yeah, we're gonna get stopped out. Yeah, it's breaking through. And we get stopped out here, guys. But that's part of the game. We let our trade play out. We were in profit, but we ended up hitting a support area and ended up rallied off of that. So this is kind of a pullback because the overall trend is bearish, like I said. So I could put my stop loss above that trend line, but then I'd be taking on more risk than I want. So I'm just going to take this L, and tomorrow's another day. So we'll see how this 5 minute closes. Huh. Okay. We created a real doji. That's usually a reversal. Reversal. Yeah, let's see. Okay. Looks like it didn't mean anything. Let's see here. Sometimes you got to give the candle a little bit to figure out what it wants to do. Let's see. I'm gonna get stopped out. Yeah, looks that way. We're like literally like 3 ticks away from getting stopped out. If this reverses, that would be insane. What's it gonna be? This is more nerve wracking than an actual trade. Just seeing if you're gonna get stopped out. Like I said, if we close bearish right here, That would be insane. We got 40 seconds. See what we're gonna do. 10 seconds. See if we close bearish here. Because we literally broke above, like this, where the candle is. We literally broke above it. So we literally almost tapped into this previous level of support. If it closes bearish, like I said, that'll be insane. Because usually these wicks usually give you somewhat of a confirmation that it's rejecting. So if we close bearish, again, like I said, that'll be crazy. So if we pull down from here, this I think might be a reject. This could either break this area here, or this could just be making higher low, higher high. Yeah. Yeah, I don't feel confident until it's break this low. Break. Once we break that candle, then I'll have a better confirmation for us to continue down. 30 seconds, the next one closes. Getting another rejection wick. Buyers, the sellers just can't get enough power to push down. The bulls have control right now. So we got a hammer doji. Usually that's bullish. It's a bullish candle. I almost want to get stopped out already. I don't want to wait any longer. So yeah, we're gonna get a push down. And if it keeps rejecting that top of that 5 minute demand, then you have a good chance to go back down. Another here. Just let me know. Break even. I'll put a little bit of buzz. That's not right in there. That's a good sign. That's what I was looking for. So that's what I was looking for. We needed to tap here so that we can see it push down. So that could give us enough momentum to continue to push down. Yeah, I was ready to be stopped out already. Gotta keep pushing down. There we go. Beautiful. There you go. That was the close of the 5 minute. Let's see. Yeah, we should be able to break. Nice rejection at the top of the 5 minute demand. Yeah, we should be able to fill this. No, that's not all right. That's fine. Tap back here. Hopefully this isn't a pullback. We'll see. If gold is sneaky like that. We'll see. The good thing is we broke here. So that means we might have a little slight push up and then a push back. I'm gonna step away from the big guys and be right back. All right, where we at, chat? Oh, I made a push down. Looks like we're gonna get stopped out. That was a fake out. Yep, looks like we're gonna get stopped out. Let's see how this 5 minute closes. All right, guys. That's crazy. We should have gotten stopped out already. Unless there was a glitch. So I'm just going to close right here because it's going to continue to go up. So, all right, we're out of the trade. So took an L for the day. So it didn't go the way we wanted it to. snapshot here. Yep, broke above. All right, well, you guys saw the trade all the way through. So that's pretty much it, guys, for the live. Stay tuned for another live. But hope you guys have a great day. Peace out.